Yeah, firstly, mate, what's the any injury updates? Chris Willock obviously limped off on Saturday. Is there any news on him?
He'll be assessed today, Ian. He felt some tightness in his hamstring. So we're hopeful that before he's made that too serious or any worse than it could have got, he's come off. So he'll be assessed today, and then we'll obviously wait for hopefully what will be some good news, but obviously not ideal when you're bringing him on to try and make an impact, and he has to come off so soon straight after. But that's unfortunate for him and us.
Just sort of sums up the bit of luck at the moment, doesn't it? That everything that is going against you.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, that's sort of the moment that we're in. When you're in a tough spell, things do seem to go against you. Moments in the games and injuries, etc. But I'm a firm believer you're in your own luck in this game. So we have to just keep working hard and work through it and do everything we can to change that luck in our favour. Okay.
Jake missed a game on Saturday as well. What's the latest with him?
He got injured in training last week, at the end of last week, unfortunately. So that's a calf injury. He will be out for. He won't be back in the short term. That's for certain.
All right. So so they are kind of mounting up the injuries. Overall, obviously a disappointing result on Saturday, but sort of in terms of positives, what could you take out of it that gives you food for thought? You're not too far away from getting out of this slump.
No, if we keep producing that same type of commitment and spirit and togetherness on the pitch, then I believe things will change. I've questioned the mentality of the players in certain games this season, certain defeats. I didn't think that was the case on Saturday. I thought we more than contributed to, a competitive derby game. However, the goals we conceded were two poor goals. It was an error from us in the first goal and a set piece situation for the second goal. Generally, across the game, I felt we more than contributed. We showed a good response to coming from 2-0 down. Chris Martin comes on and gets a goal, which is a positive. And the players showed real spirit and fight and went right to the end. We just have to keep making sure we're doing that in every game. So come 7:45 tomorrow night, we have to make sure we're prepared and ready to go again.
How much do you need your senior players at the moment just to kind of lift everyone and kind of be, I don't know, enthusiastic?
No, we need everyone at this moment in time. Experienced players help, of course, because they've been through situations more than maybe some of the younger ones. But at this moment in time, we need everyone. Age is just a number. Sometimes, your leaders can come from younger players. It doesn't have to be just your senior players. It might be vocal encouragement on the pitch, but it could be bravery to play and get the team to play through technical leadership. It's shown leadership shown in many different ways. And I say going to Saturday, I didn't think we were wanting in effort and application. It was there. But what we have to do is make sure we improve at both ends of the football pitch.
When you're in a situation, when you're in a kind of run like this at a minute, I mean, how easy is it to kind of people point fingers in dressing rooms and blame it? I mean, how, as from a manager's point of view, is it to kind of keep everyone together and stop people blaming someone for mistakes and that kind of thing?
It's so important, and that's the environment that you create. You want to create that culture of what can we do to improve this situation? So what can I do with the staff first and foremost? Always look inwardly first. How are we preparing? Is the training right? Are we doing enough during the week? What are the meetings like? What are the messages that we're giving to the players, the team, everything? And you want the players to do the same. We don't point fingers. It's easy to point fingers at individuals or blame. I don't think that helps at all. We've got to make sure that we're in this together. It's a collective taking accepting responsibility for the situation, being accountable for your own actions, and then just working through it and believing in what we do.
Okay. You gave Sinclair a start on Saturday. How did you think he did overall?
Yeah, I thought you talk about positives. He was another positive. I thought his performance was very good. Caused a lot of problems for their back four, which is the reason we picked him. For that reason, we thought his pace and mobility could cause them some issues down the middle of the pitch. He's only had a handful of starts in the in a QPR shirt in the Championship, and he's learning his trade. But you can see the potential that he's got. He's got a lot to improve on, a lot to work on. But I think he'll be a big player for this football club in the future.
Did he, when he came off, was that just tactical? Was there did he have a tweak?
No, it was cramp. He just cramped up. He said that a little bit at half time, so we knew at half time that we'd have to keep an eye on him. And then was it 60, 65 minutes that you've seen him go down in the penalty area? And with Linden being out, obviously at the moment, we don't want to take any unnecessary risks. So that gave obviously a chance for Chris to come on the pitch and Sinclair come off, and we have to think about that situation now leading into Tuesday. But Sinclair's fine, by the way. Yeah. He's fine.
Okay, and Tyler Roberts, is he?
Tyler Roberts, yeah, he just didn't feel he was ready he trained on Friday and didn't think he'd done quite enough. So we're still hopeful that he could be involved in the squad for tomorrow night still.
Okay. And just lastly, just looking at Sunderland, they're without them. I think Stewart's out for the season.
Yeah.
They're still sort of picking up points. Where do you see them as a team?
Yeah, I think they're a really good football team. Got lots of technical ability in their team, movement and quality at the top end of the pitch. Lots of players that I've seen and come across before. Obviously, Tony Mowbray is a very experienced manager, really good manager, and they've got that sort of momentum from last season. They've changed quite a lot of the team, a lot of the players. But they're playing full of confidence. They had a good victory at the weekend. They're right up there in the table. So we know we're expecting another tough game, but that's every game in this division.